Hey guys, Northern Dice here, and today I'm going to be unboxing my copy of Until Daylight, which I received not long ago. It's a game that appealed to me from the outset when I saw it on Kickstarter due to the fact that it was survival, horror, cooperative, and it had zombies in it. What's not to love, really? The box is a lot meatier than anticipated, to be honest. You know, from reading the outset and the Kickstarter stuff, this is actually quite a large box just from the outset. I mean, I know it's not overly wide, but the actual thickness and depth of the box means there's going to be a lot of content inside. So let's crack this bad boy open. Okay, here we go. Right. This is a game that did appeal to me off from the outset because it is zombies and survival horror. And I know that it's based around the apocalypse, and the motto of the game is, of course, search, fight, survive, which is going to be something you're going to want to do. If you don't survive the apocalypse, what's the point in being there? So, the rulebook, a bit of an odd shape, but usual stuff, got a summary in there. I like how it actually shows you how the game should be set up, that's always nice. I always hate it when you set a game up and you feel like you're doing it completely wrong. Look on the internet at how other people played it, or just see it on the fly and see that people set it up completely different to you. Lots of lingo. Pretty usual stuff. Oh, and an iconography. Awesome. This, on the other hand, does not look pretty normal. This looks quite unique. Read this to all players before your first game. I am not going to read that, because if you've got this, I don't want to give spoilers. If you intend to get this, I don't want to give spoilers. This is just a first impressions of the content of the actual box, not gameplay. But the fact that they've gone as far as to include a piece of paper, cut out like a deck of paper, it's pretty good theming actually, nice attention to detail. So, what are these? So this is going to be little player references. Bit flimsy, but you know, it's not the end of the world. It's not something that you're going to be constantly picking up and flying about, is it? I mean, to be honest, it's something that you can quite easily laminate, and it's not actually part of the intended content of the game. It's just a nice, handy thing. So, punch boards, but pretty thick. Oh, quite a few of them already seem to be coming out, and as you can see, I believe these are spinners. So these are going to be, I'm assuming, health tracks, because I can see the word dead on there, and there's a nice skull, which means that you will see that as soon as you have messed up. I'm getting the impression this game is going to be quite difficult. It'd be a bit pointless if it weren't. Walter Davis. This is a character. This is his character card, so you're going to construct it all within, and your spinner's going to go on there. So you can be, okay, so that's quite cool. So you can actually track your health as you go, without needing to use counters. It's a dial. That's awesome. And a nice bit of lore for the characters as well to give them a depth. So when you're playing as Walter Davis, you won't feel like he's a waste. So that's the back of the card, that's the front of the card. So that's the bit you'll see. And then when you're inevitably dead and everyone else is still playing, you can have a good read of what your character was like before you murdered him. Awesome. So we've got 1, 2, 3, I'm assuming 5, 6 characters. 4, 5, and he's fallen out, and she's fallen out. 5, 6. I believe the postman may have been a bit rough with this one. A timer. Okay. Custom dice. Now these are pretty cool, because these are actually not printed on. These are, if you can see it, engraved into, which I always do appreciate, because it means that as you play constantly, it's not going to rub off. I know it takes a lot of play for a dice to lose its print, but at the same time, it means that you will never lose the print. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to assume these are for combat base. Again, half blind, backed it a good long while ago. And these are the clips for the dials. Very cool. Okay, let's keep going, let's keep going. What a rush, because I think the baby's going to wake. These are the backs of the clips. Keep knocking the camera, this is going to fall sooner or later. Okay, cards. So this is resource cards, I'm going to crack these open. What have we got? Yes, these are either resources or starting items. Is there a difference to many of them? So I'm going to go with yellow. Oh no, I was about to say yellow is possibly in a standard item, but bolts are going to be, they're going to run out eventually, aren't they? The detonators are only good for one use. Unless red stuff's stuff you start with as a standard for certain characters. Everyone's going to come into the apocalypse pretty prepared, and if you've not got a shotgun, I don't really want to bet on your chances. So they're all same back. So this could quite easily just be down to the fact that it is all the same deck, or they've not differentiated it. But of course, it's not a play down on Flyos games. That is just my stating the obvious. Crack these ones open. Let's have a look at these ones. A lot more blue, no reds in this one from the look of it. But I am seeing in the top right hand corner is a little cog. A little explosion. Junk. Wires. Junk. Okay, so there's a difference between... Oh, Bloodlust. Not sure what that is. So some of these are useful, and some of them quite clearly aren't. So this would be your rummaging. So when you're going on the search in the apocalypse, you're not immediately going to go out and find a back covered in nails. You are going to find planks and possibly craft it. Or a metal shield. Or, unfortunately, you might be able to go to the Lewin piece, but it's not going to do much good against the wilds. So I'll put this here. Let's crack open the next one. And this one's actually got a ribbon to open it. So, give me a moment. So, we've got 360 no-scope, drifter fork. Pillar batter, see, you just said back with nails in, it's like I'm psychic. Or it's just the classic stuff to have. So this is stuff that is going to happen potentially. What's the back say? Trigger objective, pillar objective, haggler objectives. So these are things that you need to do within the game. Let's have a look. So, make it rain. Have 6 plus infected in your area, 2 XP. So it's going to be a leveling system. I really don't remember much about this game. I've received so many Kickstarters in the last 2 weeks. It's actually blown my mind. I'm going to go with these. Okay. Are these double-sided or not? Let's have a look at these. So, I'm going to go with these are enemies, wanderers, monsters, zombies, nice-looking fellas, and a single survivor. Oh, he's not going to have a good time amongst this lot. I love the artwork. I do love the consistent look of the zombies. The wide mouth, scrawniness. They do just look like people who were in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay. I do actually want to crack this last one open because I've actually just had a good look at it, and the first card is this fella. Look at him. Absolute unit. So, we've got more survivors. So he's not on his own. Some raiders. These are not going to be nice fellas to rock up on your camp. A brute. These are looking pretty nasty. Whatever it is that's caused the end of the world has obviously had a bad effect on these fellas. Eek. So they're the things that are going to turn up at your camp or you're possibly going to find on your travels. Right. Survival co-op is something that I love. Survival horror is something that I love. And this one has definitely piqued my interest. Definitely glad I backed it. Quality of the cards is great. Quality of the dice is great. Still a bit shaken by the actual player reference sheets. But again, I can laminate them. It's not going to take 2 seconds. Not overly custom an insert, but it'll fit everything in. And I'm sure I can stand the cards up. The fact I've got small cards and big cards is always a pet peeve of mine. But I understand production costs a lot of money, and to be honest, I don't need a massive card to show that I've got planks. I've been wanting to get a play of this in the next couple of weeks, but I seem to have packed my schedule full of saying I'm going to play other games in the next couple of weeks. I'll be expecting a written review of this one, and I'm very much looking forward to having a good play of it. As usual, thank you very much for sticking around, and I shall catch you next time.